A company or an owner of property has a responsibility to keep that property safe for people who come onto the property. Of course, there might be an exception if someone isn't supposed to be on the property and breaks into it. Injuries stemming from a premises liability case, a case where people have been hurt on the property of someone or a property that's being managed by someone, and can range anywhere from a fractured spine, a broken limb, a traumatic brain injury. It varies depending upon the type of incident that occurs that causes the injury. It could be a situation where someone might fall down an elevator shaft, for example, when the elevator's not working properly. It could be a situation where the markings in a parking lot are not laid out as they should be by code, and as a result, someone gets run over by a car in the parking lot. Or there's something on the property that the owner or entity or person managing the property should know about, even if that thing that causes the injury or could cause the injury was not put in place by the person who owns or who's responsible for the property. When it comes to premises liability cases, there can be a stigma because people often will think about a trip and fall or a slip and fall. But there are many other types of incidents that can cause injuries. For example, if you're in a store shopping and you reach for something that should be stable and it's not stable, and it falls and it strikes you in the head and causes a traumatic brain injury or it causes a fractured skull, that's a premises liability case. People sometimes will think that their injury was caused because of something they did, and they don't realize many times the injuries are caused because of something that the owner or the person responsible for the property didn't do or did wrong. And we always tell people, if you're not sure, it doesn't hurt to pick up the phone to call a lawyer who represents people in this area of law, premises liability. It's important to act very fast if you think you've been injured as a result of someone else's negligence or someone else's wrongdoing, or you've been wronged or hurt because someone failed to take certain action. You should get in contact with a lawyer who has experience in the area of premises liability as soon as possible, because there's certain evidence that you want to preserve, and the lawyer can make contact with the owner or the person responsible for the property and ensure that certain evidence is maintained. That could be evidence from videos to the product that actually caused the injury, to the casing that may not have been stable. But the important thing is, if you've been hurt on the property that's owned by someone else or is managed by someone else, and you think that someone may have done something wrong, you should do yourself a favor and get in contact with a lawyer as soon as possible who works in that area of law. Many times the goal of companies and insurance companies, of those companies that are responsible for properties where people have been injured, is not to pay any compensation at all. The insurance companies oftentimes will wage war against a person who's been injured and make them think that they've done something wrong. Usually that's not the case. Usually the injury is caused as a result of something that either did not happen that was supposed to have happened on behalf of the company, or something the company did or somebody working for the company did that created a situation that caused the injury. My experience in the area of premises liability goes back to 1998 when I first began practicing law. We've worked on a number of these types of cases, and we know what it takes to go in and investigate these cases. There are certain ones that we don't directly investigate ourselves. We hire experts to go in and do the investigation, and we've learned over a period of time that there are certain experts that are important to bring on board to investigate certain types of injuries, including those that are considered premises liability cases. Our past clients and our current clients would say that Osborne Law Firm is a firm that cares. The lawyers, the paralegals, those who call and speak with you about your case on a daily basis or a regular basis care about your case. At Osborne Law Firm, we think it's very important to maintain good communication with our clients. And our clients call us. Typically, we're available when they call. If we're not available right then we try to get back in contact with them with a very short period of time. We try to keep our clients always on top of what's going on. We try to keep them current in what's happening in their cases. You know, we understand that for almost each one of our clients, their case is the most important thing, or one of the most important things in their lives. We respect that, we appreciate that, and we work hard to deliver. Osborne Law Firm is a small law firm that handles personal injury cases. And there are a number of advantages to having a small law firm represent you versus having a large law firm represent you. With Osborne Law Firm, you don't get lost in the system. We know who you are. Typically, our clients know each and every one of us. If you call and you can't reach me at the office, then you can speak with one of the paralegals or someone else in the office who can help you or answer your questions. Our goal is to make our clients happy, to keep a close personal relationship, and to excel in representing our clients so that in the future they can perhaps refer us other people who they think might be able to use our assistance. I am licensed to practice law in 5 different jurisdictions. My office primarily is located in North Carolina, where I practice, but I also have a law license to practice in the state of Maryland, Washington, D.C., South Carolina, and Georgia. During your initial consultation for our premises liability cases, you can expect to sit down with either me or one of the paralegals in the office and provide information about your injury, where your injury occurred, what caused your injury, perhaps what you did the day of or the hours prior to the injury occurring, and then what happened shortly after the injury. Hopefully you'll get to us in enough time so that we can reach out to the owner or the person responsible for the premises so that certain information can be preserved.